Hey everybody, welcome to Keri-Awe-City's YouTube channel. I'm Keri. I just want to create a video in reference to makeup. I mean, who doesn't love makeup, right? Oh no. Anyway, so I just want to go over a video that I found on YouTube. It's got tons of views on it. And basically copy verbatim what they're doing for highlighting and contouring. It's for beginners. I wouldn't consider myself a beginner for contour and highlight, but I wouldn't consider myself a professional either. And I feel like most people who are coming onto YouTube looking for makeup videos, they're not professionals, right? They're just coming on here to learn how to do this stuff or to get ideas on, you know, how to do these things. So I just want to make a video and follow it step by step and see what it is that she's doing. This is whose video? Katarina Williams. She has great videos. I love her accent. You're going to hear her in the background. And then I'll also put a link to her video so you can see what she's doing. And then we can kind of compare side to side when you do a video. I'm not using, I don't think, any of the products that she names in here. I'm going to use whatever it is that I have. Again, I think that's how it typically works, right? You're going to use whatever it is that you have and just try and wing it the best way that you can, all right? So let's go ahead and start this. She already has her eye makeup done, so I just went ahead and did my eyes real quick, and then she's going to go step by step what we're going to do to contour.
Let's face it, the last I did was over a year ago when I first... So first, I like to go in with a silicone-based primer. I've got oily skin, so my pores are quite obvious.
Oh, that's no repair.
So this is going to hide it as well as any fine lines. So I just like to take a little bit on my finger and concentrate it where I need it the most. So like on my cheeks and my forehead.
Alright, so she's doing primer. And so I'm going to do it basically how she's doing it.
Next, you want to go in with your foundation that matches your skin tone. I'm using the Makeup Forever HD foundation in shade 123. Now this doesn't match my face.
Okay, like I'm still on primer, girlfriend. Okay. So she did her big pore areas with primer. Now, I have my own techniques of what I do for contouring and stuff, just because I feel like eventually, after a while, when you get used to it and you start doing it yourself, you know, you figure out what works best for you, right? So, again, she uses a different product. I get Ipsy every month. And I received this amazing foundation, Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, pore minimizing. I love this little sucker, so that's what I'm using right now. And I'll put links for all the stuff that I'm using. And then a link to her video so you can see, you know, what it is that she does. The next thing she does is she puts foundation on the palm of her hand. And then she's going to put it on her face. She's using something else. I'm using, well, that's upside down. You can't read that. NARS is what I'm using. And the color I'm using is Groenland Light 3. I've been tanning a lot lately. So I don't know. I couldn't even tell you for sure if this matches exactly. But I'm just going to do what she does. And use what I have, like I said, and see how that goes.
Sunscreen, and I don't apply any fake tan or products to my face. So generally my face tends to be a few shades lighter than the rest of my body. Just going to put a few pumps of my foundation on the back of my hand.
Well,
then I'm going to use my Real Techniques Miracle Sponge to apply that to my face.
Just have like a sponge. And this is how she's doing it.
I just prefer to use a sponge because it gives you that kind of airbrush finish. But if you're someone that needs like a lot of coverage or anything, you might find a brush works better.
Okay, she's really
also,
fast.
try not to use too much product around your eyes, just because we're going in with concealer around there, and if you have too many products around your eyes, it can go cakey or start creasing.
I just think her accent is so adorable. I love it.
Now moving on to concealer. You want to
Wait! Okay, time out. Alright. I'm going. I know she's like actually edited her video and everything already, and so it's going to take me longer, but I'm trying to do it exactly how she says so I can follow along. Okay. I'm probably going to speed some of this stuff up in my video too, because I'm sure you don't want to sit there and watch me for 10 minutes beating my face, right? This is a little bit lighter for me. I think we need a little bit more. Just a little bit. I don't normally do the palm thing, not gonna lie. However, I feel like it's probably a good idea. As I've mentioned before, I am by no means a professional, which is exactly why I'm doing this video, because I feel like most people that look stuff up on YouTube are not professionals. And so I just want to let you know that we're all out there. We're all just trying to make it, you know, looking good and figuring out what makeup works best. Fortunately for me, I have a bomb-ass best friend who is in the makeup industry, and she does this professionally. So she's really good, and I like to get good suggestions from her. But, you know, for the most part, this is how we all really do it, right? Okay, I think that's probably really good. I have a pretty big canvas to work with, so like I tend to need more supplies than others, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's move on. I know she's gonna get to concealer.
Concealer that's either 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, depending on how dramatic you want your highlight to be. I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in shade NC20.
Ooh, I'm like
and
running out of this.
highly recommend this concealer. It's a really
She's using MAC.
concealer, and it's the only concealer I've ever
I'm
tried
using NARS.
that
That's what I
doesn't
have.
crease under my eyes. So again, I'm just taking a pump on the back of my hand. I like to use my hand as a little palette.
She has the pump thing. I got a wand,
This one's
so.
not anything special. This one's just by Artiste. You can get it at Priceline. You can even just use your fingers if you want to. Anyway, I'm taking some of that concealer onto the brush, and I'm just going to paint like little triangles under my eyes. So I like to start at the inner corner, just drag it outwards and down.
Oh, that's what she's, okay.
Doing this is really going to make your cheekbones look more lifted, as well as
Mm-hmm.
brightening up your eye area, so you
Lord
look
knows
more
I can use
fresh
some
and awake.
lifting on my
And then you just
cheekbones.
want to take a tiny bit outwards as well, like that, on top of the cheekbones. And don't forget to get the very inner corner here as well,
Got it, girlfriend.
just to brighten it up. So generally, if you only highlight under your eyes, it can look a bit unbalanced. So we're going to highlight the center of our face too. Now keep in mind, anything that you highlight is going to appear bigger. So if you have like a large forehead or chin, you have to be careful not to apply
Forehead.
too much. So I'm just going to put some in between my eyebrows, like some tribal paint, and then bring it like a
What is she
V
doing?
shape
Oh,
up
okay.
into.
She's
So
doing
if
the
you have a
whole.
large forehead, don't go too high with it. And if you have a
Oh.
small forehead, you can do the opposite and take it higher. Now usually I don't like to contour my
have a
nose
large,
because it's
so.
very wonky because I broke it. But if yours is straight, generally you also want to do your Cupid's bow to make your lips look bigger.
Cupid's bow.
And then your chin. And like with your forehead, you only want to apply a small amount on the top if you have a big chin. Or if you have a small chin, you can take it down further.
So everybody does that part different. So we'll just do this.
Now, I know a lot of people also like to put the concealer under their contour here, but because this is a beginner's video, we're not going to do that.
Beginner's
but if you're
video.
confident enough, you can. Or if you guys want, I can make like a more professional contouring video as well. Anyway, so once that's all on, we're going to blend it out. Now, I like to use my sponge for this, but if you're more of a brush person, I would recommend the Sigma Tapered Kabuki F86 brush.
We're
Like with foundation,
sponging
I
it.
just prefer the sponge because I think it gives more of an airbrush finish.
Right, you mentioned
But
that.
you guys do you.
I'm doing me, honey. Well, today I'm doing you. That sounded
So I'm
inappropriate.
just gently bouncing the sponge over the concealer, and as you can see, it just blends out any lines.
This music is so like happy.
So once your concealer is all blended,
Hold up, sister. Okay. I'm almost done. Wow, I am so excessive when it comes to this. Okay, moving on.
I want to go ahead and set that. So for that, I'm going to use the banana powder by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just taking some of the banana powder on my Real Techniques setting brush and gently patting that everywhere we put the concealer.
Okay, I don't have a palette. I have the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder, so I'm just gonna use that. And I have a brush somewhere. Memento. Okay. No, not that one. This one. This one. Okay. So this is just like a little Ulta brush. I need to get brushes, like more I have a lot of brushes. I just feel like the ones that they use in the videos and the ones that like professionals use, I don't really have those. I just kind of make do with what I have. A lot of what I have is, you know, startup kits and things that people have like gotten me. So, okay, translucent powder, setting. What's next?
You want to make sure
Where else?
that you use patting motions and not wiping motions. Otherwise, you can just stab it and move it, and it'll look all patchy. Alternatively, you can use a translucent powder to set the fold of your face. I just find that the banana powder is a bit more brightening, which is what you want under your eyes.
I don't have banana powder.
Also, I'm aware the products that I'm using are quite pricey, so if you guys want, I can also do like a drugstore version. I just need to find a good contouring powder from the drugstore using the Makeup Forever HD powder in translucent. And I'm just applying that with like your generic powder brush. I think I got this one from Priceline for a few dollars.
Generic. Well,
Okay,
also
so
not
now we're going
generic,
to
but
contour, and for that, we're going to use the shade Fawn from the Anastasia Contour Kit. If you can't get your hands on Fawn, another contour powder that I really like is Cooler by Benefit. It's also a bit more warm tone if you prefer that. Anyway, you want to take that powder on the side of a MAC 109 brush, so it's like that.
ah, she is doing, okay, she's doing palettes and powders and all that other stuff, because there's, you know, okay, so I threw away the one palette that I did have that was, you know, for contouring. It was a powder contour, just because it got really old and just gross. And then someone bought me for my birthday this amazing cream contouring palette, which I just personally prefer. So I'm just going to use the Tarte bronzer since I just think it looks really good. What color is this? I'll tell you in a minute. It just says Park Ave Princess. Yeah, so it's Amazonian clay waterproof bronzer. Anyways, I feel like this will be really good too. I mean, this is the color. Obviously, I use this a lot, and it's Tarte. Again, I got this in an Ipsy kit, so I'm very grateful for Ipsy. So I'm just gonna, let's see. Let me see what kind of brush she's using, because I use a different. I'm gonna try to use like a similar brush. This is just crown brush. So let's see if we can just follow along.
And you want to blend that into the hollows of your cheek, starting from your hairline and working your way inwards. So like this. So I have quite prominent cheekbones already, but if you have trouble finding yours, what you can do is take your brush and just roll it up your cheek, and where it hits that bone is where you want to contour. Alternatively, if you line up the top of your brush with the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth, generally that's where your cheekbone sits as well. And you always want to start closest to your hairline because that's where most of the product is going to go, and then you can just blend it out to the center of your face. And how far you take it in is really personal preference, but generally you don't want to go past the center of your eye, and the further that you take it to the center of your face, the older that you're going to look. So I generally stop about here.
Oh.
And another thing, you always want to blend upwards to lift your face, because if you blend downwards, it's really going to sink your face and make you look a lot older. Next, you also want to blend under your jawline. This is going to make your face look slimmer, as well as help hide any like double chins. So just like
Hide them double chins. She don't look like she got a double chin at all, but
I also like to bring my contour up onto the corner of my jaw, just because I have a really strong jawline, so this helps soften it and make it look more feminine. If you have a large chin, you can also bring it slightly up onto the base of the chin as well. If you have a small chin, don't do that. Then you also want to take the powder onto your temples and also up into your hairline, like just around the top of your forehead.
my forehead. I love that. So stinking
And
cute.
with foreheads, you want to basically do the opposite of what we did highlighting. So if you have a big forehead, you want to bring the contour down more. But if you have a smaller forehead, you want to keep it really close to your hairline. And I forgot to mention that I'm using powder to contour because it is a lot easier for beginners to start off with powder.
That's why.
Then
That's
work
true.
up to cream.
That's
Cream
true.
contours can look a lot more natural if you do it right, but they're also very tricky. And as this is a beginner's video, we're going to stick to powder. But if cream contouring is also something you guys want a tutorial on, just let me know in the comments and I will try and make one for you. Now I'm just going to quickly add some blush. I'm going to use Luminoso.
Oh, is she not doing the nose?
On a MAC 168 brush. If you're after a more affordable version of this brush, I'd recommend the Sigma F40 large angle contour brush.
So I'm using another Ipsy product. Man, I am really promoting Ipsy today. I have different blushes and stuff. I just feel like for the eyeshadow that I'm using and just what we're doing, I'm going to use this sample that they sent me. It's Show Me Your Cheeks, Elizabeth Mott. And that's the little sample they sent me for Ipsy. It's peach pink. So I have pretty naturally rosy cheeks, and even though I've covered them, you know, you can still see a little bit of that pink coming out. I'm using an Ulta blush brush, so real simple. And let's see how she says to do this.
So I'm just going to apply this to the apples of my cheeks.
Apples
and
of
then
my
up on my
cheeks.
cheekbones.
So
So
she
like
goes.
this.
Okay, so she goes like
Bringing
this.
it up along your cheekbones helps to make them look more lifted. This is also a great way to apply blush on more mature skin because it's going to help you look younger. And the final step is to go with a shimmery highlighter powder just to give you that nice healthy glow. So for this, I'm going to use sand in the Anastasia contour kit.
Again,
After something a bit
no
stronger,
Anastasia here.
I'd recommend Very Luminizer by the Balm. So I'm just taking some on my Sigma Tapered Highlighter brush, which is the F35 brush, and dusting that onto the very tops of my cheekbones.
Very, very tops. Okay, so what do I have here? I have City Color Highlight Trio. That's what I'm using. Pretty sure this was a sample that was sent to me through Ipsy as well. And for the brush, I am so excited to be using this brush. It is the Lisa Frank brush that I actually put an order in for this. And who did I get it through? I got it through Glamour Dolls. I found Glamour Dolls on Facebook or Instagram, one of those two, and placed an order for my Lisa Frank brush. I'm so excited. And I think she's just using a white one, so I'm going to go ahead and just use the white one. So the one in the middle is the one that I'm using.
And just up here.
And she's doing it like here.
Then I'm also going to put some everywhere we highlighted with the concealer.
Oh.
So on my forehead, down my nose, on my chin, and my cupid's bow. So those are my tips and tricks for highlighting and contouring. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you did like it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys! Hi guys, welcome back to...
Okay, so I think it came out pretty good. You know, this is just, again, for beginners. I do things different now, obviously, so this is just if you want to learn how to start using contouring. You know, I started with powder. I think this came out actually really nice. Everything came out pretty smooth, especially considering, you know, I don't have all of the super expensive products. I don't even think we really did the nose. She didn't go over that part, which I would normally contour the nose here and then still do the highlighter here. But, let's see, I need some lipstick. But, I wasn't sure if it was something that was for me. I didn't know if contouring was going to be for me. So, I just, you know, bought a very inexpensive powder palette just to make sure that it was something that I was gonna like and that I was gonna use. And I did. I used the crap out of that thing. Eventually that's why I threw it away, because I just used it so much, and just what was left of it, it was just not, you know, I didn't need it. Anyways, and then I got a cream palette. And then even before then, I bought just a regular department store stick, like a darker color stick, to get used to doing the cream as well. So that's what I use now. So I think this is a great for beginners video, and I really liked it. So I'll have links at the bottom. I'll even have a link to, you know, Katerina's super adorable video that she has here, so you guys can follow it along too, or you can just follow along with the one that I did, you know, and just use your department store or whatever products it is that you have at first until you can get used to it, until you decide if you like it or not. you know, and then you can kind of graduate from there. I mean, that's what I did. Obviously, I don't even have everything yet, and I've been doing contouring and doing my makeup now for like years. So anyways, please subscribe, please like, tell your friends, and you know, I hope to, you know, do some more videos here in the near future. And comments, questions, do that below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.